Go for it.
Oh yeah. Our film's called Fixation. Fixation is about a 17-year-old girl called Amelia who's obsessed with a boy called Harry. She suffers from OCD and other mental health problems, and the film follows a story about coping with her obsession and overcoming her issues. She was abused as a child, and her experiences haunt her, and actually can never let go of them.
I'm the producer, I'm Alice.
I'm the assistant producer.
I'm the director, and I'm Kiji.
And I'm assistant director, Andy.
And the influences, well, we looked at two films, Obsessed and Fatal Attraction, which both have influenced our film Fixation. They both have a romance gone bad thriller kind of theme to them, and they centre around someone who's fixated on another person, which is kind of what our film's about as well. The target audience is going to mainly be like students and younger kind of teens from 15 to 25. We kind of listen to like music, kind of like Paramore, just kind of like that type of music. Yeah, not just strictly that, but yeah. And it's also going to kind of be, they're going to kind of like films like The Happening, and kind of thrillery kind of films. So this is because the story of our film revolves around heartbreak and teenage emotions, which loads of women can relate to. And it also has a darker themes running through it about obsession, OCD and suicide. So yeah. The opening sequence starts with Amelia underwater in a bar, and the title Fixation comes up, and then Amelia is packing up her desk in an office or study. She walks out the door, down the road, and through the front door where she lives. And Amelia arranges her desk just to kind of show her OCD kind of property, so she's just kind of like straightening up her desk and making this messy. And then she gets changed and gets to bed and holds a photo of a boy called Harry. And from this point she starts kind of talking to it, but like talking aloud in her head. Like it's more like a conversation she's having with herself. And it's kind of to show her kind of problems that she's got in her mind. And then she tries to go to bed and turning over in her sleep and has flashbacks of her childhood when she was abused. And whilst this is happening, our opening titles will have we'll have a title over the screen. Whatever I said there, but not like that. Then the main character is called Amelia. She's 17 years old and has long blonde hair. She suffers from OCD and mental health problems, and she's obsessed with a boy called Harry. And this was after like a major event in her past. Like we haven't actually thought about that yet, but we just still got to think about just a good plot line to have about that. And she was abused as a child, which has partly caused her problems later. And and it was her dad that used to beat her, and she can't forget that.
It's set in a house and an office in Brighton, and just the opening bit is in a bathroom and her workplace and her bedroom. And because they're ordinary situations, people find themselves in them every day, so they can relate, and it's also common to a thriller genre. And these aren't the places that we're actually using, but it's to get an idea of what it's going to look like.
Basically, the costumes. The first scene, the characters will be wearing a basic black vest, as the viewers will not, what does that say?
See the whole thing.
Really see the whole body of the character, and mostly her face. The characters will also be wearing a lot of makeup, bright red lips and dark black eyes. This will show the viewers at the start of the film she has been to an occasion and maybe she's trying to impress someone. The makeup could also be showing her insecurity, trying to hide her fears. This is like her clothes, work clothes, as she's like a young professional and she's wearing sophisticated, smart clothes. As it portrays, she's quite higher class and smart, yeah. And lives the easy life. Her hair will be tied up in a tight bun and she will be wearing glasses, which is stereotypical of a young professional. This is like her lounging around sort of clothes. They're comfy and shows that it's her comfort zone instead of being in the everyday work clothes. Her hair will be down and messy and she doesn't have to make an effort for anyone, she can do it herself. Oh yeah, the props. The props are stationary, so for a job, and a photograph and a small knife which won't be used, but it's just there.
Any questions?
Quickly, I think it's very nice. I don't think you need as much as you've got in your opening sequence. I think you could just concentrate on the OCD thing, and so you could have her at home showing the OCD. So either in her bedroom or in the bathroom. In the bedroom, if you wanted to, what a way that it might work is if you'd have lots of different photos of the same bloke, and then she's arranging it or something, or drawing circles around it, or she's got it on a pinboard or something, and she's arranging stuff on the desk. Yeah.
I was going to say, because I think what you could, so you've got a really nice clear target audience as well. I would really say, instead of happening, I'd really say that you're targeting at the Twilight audience.
Yeah.
Because it's popular at the moment, there's huge budget, there's teenage fixation, obsession thing, which the things that run through Twilight, you can do the site, and that you've really worked out why this is a thriller, the romance gone bad, and explain that well. I'll say that, go for the Twilight thing. But the OCD thing, you could be mistaken, we're showing 2 minutes is you don't want to just, it looks like someone's tidying a desk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like she was saying, if you had different things around the flat, you could have like a series of shots, you know, like of straightening the toothbrushes and a mug and what's the other thing?
Sleeping with the Enemy. Look at Sleeping with the Enemy. In Sleeping with the Enemy, the guy she's with has got OCD, and it's a Julia Roberts film.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's
And he gets her to straighten the towels and to keep all the tins in the cupboard all straight.
Yeah.
So you could show things like this to sort of, you know, push
And
her.
at the end, she realises he's back, doesn't he? Because the towels in her bathroom have been straightened.
Yeah, I think that's
She
part.
realises
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah, at first, I think she leaves him and then falls in love with this other guy, and he like opens her cupboards and it's all straight, and he thinks that's a bit odd, and then so she like kind of relaxes and leaves the towels all straight and stuff, and then like Chris says, she realises he's in the house because the towels are just straight. So you can use simple visual cues like that. So that's what I mean. Like if you have this photo of the boy, she's just drawing a circle round and round and round and round and round. That shows that she's not quite right in the head, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if she's doing a repeated thing on the photos, like across his face, but she made it perfectly
Perfectly
the
lined.
same each time in line to show this is
See,
the things like that.
The other thing with the different scenes you've got is then you're saying that what she's got OCD so badly that she arranges everything, but then you're saying that in another scene she's going to just be kind of just sitting in her pajamas with her hair all over the place. You wouldn't have that with a character who's so sort of single-minded, because it's almost like you're kind of contradicting yourself, if you like, in the film, and you wouldn't want to do that in the title sequence, really. It's like Seven. You wouldn't have Seven opening up with all the weird sort of things in jars and then see him sitting there reading The Observer. It just wouldn't sit right, you know what I mean? It just wouldn't look good.
Yeah. Any questions?
You know your first costume thing? Is she in the bath? Is she wearing makeup over the top?
Yeah, well, she can't be naked.
Why not?
We were thinking about that, but we thought maybe it's a bit distasteful.
It might be a bit hard with no budget, coming from the college point
Yeah.
of view.
If
To
you
find an
wear a
actress.
tank top just around there and then just get her shoulders.
Yeah, like it could be like a boob tube. Because I don't know, you wouldn't bath in a.
Unless she's slightly
Crazy
bonkers.
and bath
So
in a
that,
t-shirt.
that could be signify that she's not quite right. I think that's great. I think you've really, as I said, I really think you've hit the nail on the head for your target audience and the way you put it. Just think about that only 2 minute sequence, not so much in that flat. That'd be good.
Yeah, like I was saying with the other people, so just simplify it down. You don't have to go, this is a woman with OCD, she's obsessed with this bloke and she's like this and she works here. You're just like, oh, hang on a minute. You just need to like take one thread of her sort of personality. So the OCD thing's brilliant, but like Chris says, just have to be wary that it's not someone just looks like they're tidy in their bedroom.
Yeah.
It needs to be, if you set the location, the bed would have to have like military corner folds on the bed, and it wouldn't just be like some teenager's bedroom, basically.
Research it, Google it,
Yeah,
see what people with OCD
yeah.
do, and then nick some of those ideas, and then have a look at Sleeping with the Enemy and then shoot it in the flat. I would stick to the flat and do that.